everyone. I would like to welcome you all to the module 1 of the EBS course. The module 1 deals with the multidisciplinary nature of environmental sciences. Coming to the introduction of the environment, the word environment is derived from the French word environner, which means to encircle or surrounding. So our surrounding includes two factors, biotic and abiotic factor. If you see biotic factor, it is combination of two words, bio plus tic. So it includes all the living organisms. But if we talk about abiotic factor, abiotic is again, if you see abiotic is what? Abio means absence of life. So it includes all non-living organisms. It includes non-living organism. So if you see, biotic stands for living organism, abiotic stands for non-living organism. So our surrounding has two factors, biotic and abiotic. Biotic stands for living organism and abiotic stands for non-living organisms. And environment deals with the interaction between the living and non-living organisms. The interrelationships that exist between this biotic and abiotic living organism. So if we define environment, this environment can be defined as the sum total of water, air and land interrelationships that exist among them and with the human beings, other living organisms and property. So environment deals with the interactions between the living and non-living organisms. Living organisms, needs oxygen to survive, needs food to survive. So this type of interactions is necessary to maintain life on earth. So this is an image to this is the image to identify biotic and abiotic factors. So if you say biotic, all living factors, bacteria, fungi, plants, algae, amoeba, animals, protists. But if we talk about abiotic, this includes all non-living factors like air, salinity, water, light, temperature, etc. Environment thus can be defined as social, cultural and physical conditions that surround, affect and influence the survival, growth and development of people, animals and plants. So our surrounding always leaves an impact on growth, survival and development of people. So it is necessary to keep our environment healthy and positive. If we see the components of environment, it is divided into four major components: atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere. If we see atmosphere, it is a layer of gases. It is known as a layer of gases. Biosphere, it is combination of two words. Bio stands for living organism. So it is a layer which it includes all the living organisms that exist on earth. Hydrosphere, it again comes from the word hydro, which means water. So it includes all the water bodies that exist on earth. Lithosphere, if you see lithosphere, it comes from the word litho. Litho means rocks. So it includes all the rocks particles that exist on earth. Coming to atmosphere, if you see atmosphere is a protective blanket of gases surrounding the earth. There are 5 concentric layers within the atmosphere. Within the atmosphere, there are 5 layers. If you see the 5 layers, this is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, then thermosphere, and then your exosphere. This is exosphere, right? So all the 5 layers are present. The 5 layers are present in the atmosphere, and these layers are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. These layers are how they are differentiated. They are differentiated on the basis of temperature, and each of these layers have its own characteristics. These include this troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. So how are they differentiated? They are differentiated on the basis of their temperature and their unique properties that each of these layers have. Coming to biosphere, bio stands for all living organisms. So this is composed of all living organisms and their interactions with the environment. Coming to hydrosphere, hydrosphere includes all water bodies such as lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, oceans, etc. If we talk about lithosphere contains soils, rocks, mountains, etc. Lithosphere is divided into three layers: crust, mantle, and core. Coming to multidisciplinary nature of environmental sciences, if you see, the environmental sciences is a multidisciplinary science. Why? Because it comprises various branches of studies like chemistry, physical, medical sciences, life sciences, agriculture, public health, sanitary engineering, etc. How each of these branches of study contributes to our understanding of the environment. So why it is multidisciplinary? Because it includes many subjects like life sciences, medical sciences, physical, chemistry, etc. But why we need to study this much? Because this helps to understand our environment, how it affects human health and well-being. For example, let me tell you, if chemistry helps us to understand the composition of pollutants in the air and water. So if pollutants are present, you know that environment is now getting polluted. So the pollutants which is causing pollution, we need to know the composition of the pollutants. Chemistry is helping us to know the composition, while medical sciences helps us to understand the exposure to this pollutant which can lead to disease, how exposure of pollutants can cause disease. So these medical sciences help us to understand how exposure of this pollutants causes diseases. Life sciences helps us to understand the impact of environmental changes on ecosystem and biodiversity, while agriculture and public health help us understand the impact of environmental factors on food security and human health. Sanitary engineering helps us design systems to manage waste and prevent pollution. By bringing together these fields of study, we can develop a more comprehensive understanding of the environment and how to protect it. So because of this, we call the environment as a multidisciplinary in nature. It also involves, yes, this is one more example. It also involves the relationships between humans and environment, including how human activities impact natural system, as well as how environmental issues affect human health. So by integrating knowledge from multiple disciplines, environmental studies seeks to find solutions to the complex environmental problems and promote sustainability. Scope of environmental science. So environmental study as a subject has a wide scope. It includes a large number of areas which I have summarized here. Ecosystem structure and function. As you know, ecosystem deals with interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. To understand these relationships, we need to understand our environment. If we understand our environment, it will be easy to understand the processes, the interrelationships that exist between the biotic and abiotic component. Conservation of natural resources. It is always a very important and necessary to conserve and maintain our natural resources for our future generation. So for maintenance and conservation of natural resources, we need to understand first we need to understand the resources. Second, we need to understand the environment. So this also playing a role in conservation of natural resources for our future generations. Environmental pollution control. If you see, we have pollution control board, we have state and central pollution control board who release strategies to save environment from the pollution. So environmental science is also important to control pollution, to understand why it is causing pollution and what are the pollutants, nature of pollutants, how it causing disease. Coming to human population and environment. So human population, how it is creating an impact on the environment. Human activities which are creating impact on environment. So to control population, to control the human activities, we need to see this. Then social issues in related to development and environment. If you see social issues, the current social issues are global warming, acid rain, pollution. So these social issues are because of the human activities. We have cut down the trees, so leading to the global warming. So this all we need to understand these all things, we need to understand first environmental science, and this, after understanding this environmental science, we can implement our concepts in this wide areas. R&D development. Various universities and governmental organizations provide opportunities to conduct research studies in order to develop the methods towards monitoring and controlling the source of environmental pollution. Due to an increasing threat from global warming, many steps are being taken for the reduction of greenhouse gases and the adoptions of renewable energy sources. They generate awareness now regarding the use of solar energy for the variety of purposes. This provides scope of environmental history in the field of research and development. So in R&D also we need to R&D also we can apply environmental science, because various governmental organizations are providing opportunities to conduct researches for controlling and monitoring the environmental pollution. So how to reduce global warming, how we can conserve, how we can adopt renewable sources of energy, right? Environmental consultancy. NGO and industries are working systematically to solve problems related to environmental studies. So importance of environmental studies. Environmental studies enlighten us about the importance of protections and conservations of our indiscriminate release of pollutions into the environment. So we are polluting our environment day to day life. So if we study environment science, it makes us aware that we should not pollute our environment. We should take care of our environment, because our environment health is our own health. Environmental issues like global warming, ozone depletion, acid rain, marine pollutions, and loss of biodiversity are not merely our national issues, but these are global issues and need to be tackled. So if we do not care for our environment, at one time what will happen? Our environment will not be able to. Our environment will not support us. Will not support our life. Explosive increase in population is causing heavy pressure on the natural resources, including land. Wise planning is needed for the sustenance of the environment and development. So we need to study the environment properly. We need to understand the environment, and we need to plan wisely for maintenance of the, for growth of the sustainable development and for the maintenance of the environment. Need for public awareness. Environmental studies plays a crucial role in creating awareness among the public about the importance of preserving environment, need to increase groundwater, agricultural growth, and the consequences of environmental degradations. It helps people understand the impact of their actions on the environment and encourages them to adopt sustainable practices. Environmental studies also emphasize the need for conservation of natural resources, protection of biodiversity, mitigation of climate changes. It provides a platform for dialogue between the policymakers, scientists, and the public to find solutions to environmental problems. In conclusion, environmental studies is an interdisciplinary field that plays a crucial role in understanding and addressing environmental issues. It is essential to promote sustainability and ensure a healthy future generations. So with this, I would like to conclude that there is a need for public awareness to make people aware how environment is important, how it is crucial for maintaining a healthy life for all living organisms. We need to conserve our natural resources, how our biodiversity needs to be protected, what are the importance, what are the things we are getting from our biodiversity. So this needs to be aware to all people, so that everyone can give their best to protect their environment. With this, I would like to end up the module 1. Looking forward to module 2. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the session.